you want to talk about this going down the half wall stuff
Yeah.
that we started talking about? Because it's relevant on the goal that Connor Garland scored to win the game in Buffalo on Friday. And again, folks, this is our first show since that game. Let's pull up that goal because it's a perfect example of what you want to talk about when it comes to Quinn's edge work and just the way he's attacking.
Well, when elite players break out to superstar level the way Quinn did last year, teams are pre-scouting how they attack, how to shut them down, how as a defense you want to try and slow that player down. And so you'll notice last year that Quinn had a couple of go-to moves, right? He loved the exchange up top with Hronek, where him and Hronek would switch sides. But the other go-to move for Hughes would be to just dart down the half wall. And I think by the second half, you notice that teams had, first of all, found a way to take away that exchange between Hughes and Hronek up at the top. But also, they decided, well, let's just give Quinn the space to skate around. If he wants to skate around the zone on the perimeter, like, let him. And what I noticed in the second half quite often was Hughes would have this speed darting down the half wall, but defenses would say, we're not going to chase you. We're just going to protect your lanes for the slot. We know that you're looking for a passing lane to the back door or a pass into the high slot. And so many times you'd see Quinn going down the half wall and then having to loop back around on the other side just because there weren't many options available.
Or hammer the puck around to Filip Hronek at the right side.
Yeah, and the way that he's adapted his game this year is so impressive because he's finding ways to consistently cut into the slot, into prime shooting locations, which when he's in those locations, not only is he a shot threat, but he's also a threat to make passes to the back door. And I cannot emphasize how insanely difficult it is as a defenseman to be consistently cutting into the slot. Like, it is damn near impossible, especially in situations when the opposing defense is set and structured. It's a combination of not just his skating ability, but his elite puck handling, and also the way that he's fighting through contact, fighting through checks. It's like watching a point guard, like prime Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah.
The way that he just slash into the inside using his insane level of athleticism, the ability to absorb contact. I just haven't seen a Canucks defenseman ever come close to doing something like this before.
That's a given. But Harm, let's focus on him as a superstar player, which obviously we know the Canucks have never had on the back end. The superstar player, you just said, he made the adjustment. Now when teams make that new adjustment of, oh, well, now he's trying to cut in the middle, okay, Quinn has other ways to attack you as well. And I think that's what's so impressive is and again, we've heard about the shot. We know he went into the offseason and said, I need to shoot more. And actually, he had a really good conversation with Olivia McDonald with the Canucks. They did that sit-down conversation there that they posted on the Twitter channel. And it was really interesting to me, actually, that Hughes kind of pointed out where he said, I led the league in zone time, but I was way down when it came to like shots that actually made their way through. And he was talking about how he wanted to become more of a shooting threat. And we heard him talk about that before, but it was interesting to see him kind of cite those stats of, I saw that I was in the zone. It's like, okay, great. I'm in the zone. What am I doing? I'm not shooting, and you need to become a shooting threat. And he's turned himself into that, not only just by, okay, I'm going to shoot 100 pucks or whatever, 100 pucks a day and get a stronger shot. He's done that, but he's also looked at, okay, like, how can I use what I'm really good at, which is my skating? How can I use that to get into better shooting positions? I think that's the biggest thing we've seen this year is him, like you said, cutting into the middle where not only does he become a passing threat, but he becomes a shooting threat that guys need to respect. And let's watch that Garland goal one more time, because to me, Harm, like, that is, obviously we know that's created by Quinn's edge work and everything, but this is also because teams are going to have to contend with the fact that he is trying to, they're going to have to contend with the fact that he can shoot, right? So, like, you're contending with a shooting threat as well. You also have to worry about the pass because it's Quinn Hughes, but they didn't think they'd have to contend with the shooting threat is kind of what I'm trying to get at here.
Also, watch the way that he fights through contact there.
Yeah, exactly.
That is legitimately, like, pretty decent defending at the start of that clip to try and, when Quinn is first trying to slash into the slot, but he just keeps fighting through that contact. It's impossible, it seems, for opposing players to strip him of the puck in those situations. That is such a rare ability. And the broader conversation here is you can't be a superstar threat if you're a one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're realizing with Quinn Hughes, we already realized it last year with the way that we saw him evolve then, but this season is further proof that, hey, he went out, grabbed all the headlines as Norris Trophy threat, but also as a team that the Canucks are on the map is a quality side. So now not only Quinn, but the team itself is a target on its back. And yet for him to find that next gear just shows he's got so many tricks up his sleeve, and that is massive. Because again, if you're a one-trick pony, teams are going to figure you out. It may not be in the regular season, but it'll happen in the playoffs. And I think this is where, for him to show this level of versatility and consistently adding things to his toolkit, it is so special.